This is a Reddit thread that I saw, and I just want to get everyone's opinion. So this is everyone's pet peeve of the NBA. This can go in literally any direction, any thought that pops in your head. To give you guys some sort of influence on your answers, maybe just provide an example or two. LeBron James at one point in his Cleveland Cavaliers career was caught doing this.
Yes, get it. He still hasn't found that booger.
Yeah. I just wanted to use that as the background. So the Reddit thread, what's your biggest?
So deep.
It's so deep. What's your biggest pet peeve? I don't mean normal stuff like people hate Westbrook, people hate Curry. Mine is when people talk about players and fans being afraid or shook when a player gets mad at them. No one's afraid. There isn't going to be any real squabbing. No one's scared when James Johnson or Westbrook or whoever gets in their face because nothing's gonna happen. One of my favorites was when the narrative on any game or team or debate is, it's not even close. That one's good. The next one was how reactionary we are as a society. Warriors win game 1, they're gonna sweep. ISO ball is a disaster. Rockets win game 2, Rockets are going, they're built for the distance.
So true.
My personal pet peeve of the NBA, and this mainly came about when I had to watch it for 82 games, was when Carlos Boozer, every time he went to the basket, paint sprayed head and all. Every time he went to the basket.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
What am I gonna say?
No, I want you to go. No.
Every time he went to the basket, he'd go, bow! Bow! Or he'd go, and one! Like, dude, there's no contact whatsoever, but you're still searching for the call every time. Like,
and one is the worst. And one just in general, even in pickup games, is the worst. Where like, you missed the shot. It's not and one. You call and one every time.
Unless they say it like, and one. Now that is exactly.
But like
how
in
you're supposed
pickup,
to do it.
in pickup, even you're like, I got one, and it's like, okay, he called the foul. The guy who calls and one in a pickup game, it's like, dude, like we're not going to call charging fouls either.
That's super frustrating.
I guess I find in the middle. I land in the middle on that because I don't like guys who don't call fouls and pick up. When you just go, it's like you hear, and then somebody goes foul, and then we're running, we're back the other way, and then we're all stopped. I was like, I'll give you your foul. I need to hear you, big boy. Say something. Don't
like,
go.
That same person is like waiting to see what the result is. Like they're playing to the advantage in that situation.
For sure.
That was a foul. I was like, hey, speak up.
No, I called
but then he's staying back, right, on defense.
And he's tired.
Okay, you know what's even more frustrating about that? When you're running a pickup game and you have like someone just decided to make themselves captain and call the freaking shots, and then they decide to only play offense and tell you, yo, you gotta come back on defense. Like, bro, you're all the way over there. Like, you're not even trying to play defense.
That guy doesn't get the ball from me anymore. I find that guy, and I'm like, he's open, and I'll pump fake to him and go to the next guy. Like, just
and he's the most reactive guy on the court, the most reactive guy with everything. With the opposing team, trying to start something all the freaking time, even within his own team.
And he's wearing a headband with the matching wristbands.
And he's or he's wearing like a matching set, like matching shorts and shirt.
What's this
like,
for?
What about
Either wipe it on the headband or use the wristband to wipe the head. You can't do both.
What about the guy who wears the sleeve to pick up? That's another one that's like,
if I'm playing outside, I wear a sleeve.
You do?
Why? Over just this arm, because it burns actually. When you have, it's to cover tattoos, honestly. That's the only reason. Not because it helps me.
Okay,
so
hypothetical.
You have to walk out and be like, I have tattoos. I'm not the guy Rick hates.
Wait, what about the guy when you bring your own ball and then you're like you're suited up, you're probably talking to somebody, and they're like, oh, ball.
Right, it's like, I just got here, I'm not giving you the ball.
Bring your own ball, like it's my ball. Oh, ball, like, and he's so confident, like you're supposed to give it to him.
So what do you do?
I'm just like, I'm about to shoot right now, man, I'm sorry.
Right, you're just like,
not gonna happen.
Correct.
What's your deal?
Correct,
Right,
this is a ball. Shoes, sweatband, wristband, ball.
Is there anything in the NBA that stands out?
So I mean, I guess for across the NBA and also because one of those Reddit things was about how fans and stuff, right?
Right.
Or analysis or people
you can go any which way,
right?
Any which way.
And I've said it many times. This is why it sticks with me. NBA players aren't really gonna fight. No, not really, because they get fined and suspended for half the season if they do. Number one, they also get
lose endorsements.
They also get kicked out of games if they even get in someone's face and say, "Hey," and push them. You know what? That's fine. But let's stop saying NBA players are so soft because they ain't really gonna fight. Hey, somebody asked Meta World Peace and Jermaine O'Neal if they're gonna fight if they have to, because they did and they will. So let's stop saying that just because they happen to be in the NBA that they ain't gonna do nothing to me. Hey, start something for real and see if something happens to you.
Here's something else that pisses me off. Friggin' lane violations on free throws. Everybody does it.
Everybody does
it. It's like, dude, just hold on.
I believe game 1, Celtics-Cavs, every single one, Reddit tracked it, every free throw LeBron shot was a lane violation.
Yes.
Like 12 in a row.
Yeah, maybe that's what made me think of it, is I was just watching it and I was just like, hey, just everyone settle. Everybody settle. It's gonna be fun.
Or you take the step and then step back out before he shoots
That's what I'm saying.
You've already violated the lane.
Yeah.
I think what's also frustrating is like when unnecessary flopping just because you're losing, like, and it happens with every sport, but unnecessary flopping, not that flopping's ever necessary, and then like those bailout timeouts. Like, bro.
When you're like trapped or something?
Yeah, when you're trapped. Like just play. Like, try to get out of it.
But that's strategy.
Right, you have to be able to do this.
That.
I disagree.
Because I would rather somebody like get a little bruise, a little blood, do what you gotta do, man up, square up, get out of there, or get a turnover. I don't want a timeout.
But why would you risk a turnover? Because then you're awarding the defense when you don't have to at all.
Why'd you put yourself in that predicament?
Here's another one. I want to go to bat for Luc Richard Mbamute.
I don't.
UCLA. Here we go.
Because I'm a UCLA guy.
No, I just that guy.
You don't like Luc Richard Mbamute?
When he played for the Clippers and I had to root for him, I was like, this guy has had.
I get it. He can't shoot, but
you
Steph
had to
Curry,
root for the Clippers?
He doesn't
Wow.
Steph
He hates the
Curry.
Lakers.
Those missed layups in the last game were because Steph Curry was draped over Luke's back, and there was one where he was grabbing his arm.
Yes.
But he's a star. But Steph Curry's a star. And stars can't foul until they get fouled.
Yeah,
And it sucks. It sucks. If it's a foul, it's a foul. It should be for everyone. Just because you make more threes doesn't mean you should get the call.
Can't even do it in this series.
That's definitely the biggest thing in the NBA. There's star calls.
Here's something that really pisses me off, is that 6'10 guys on a fast break, pick and roll, wide open, they don't dunk.
Yeah.
You're 6'10.
I like it though.
It's true.
You're 6'10. The closest I got was dunking a tennis ball.
Or a crumpled piece of paper. That
You're
was mine. I
living
would take
my
a piece of-
dream, and you can't dunk?
You
Are
can't
kidding?
dunk?
Can't dunk.
I remember the
Closest I got was a
remember the
tennis ball.
shorter guys in like high school and college would be like, the guys that are 5'7", would be like, you big guys, man, I can't believe you're not dunking, man. You know how much I want to dunk? I said, dude, I am 6 feet tall. And I dunked a few times in high school, and I couldn't college except if my coach in track would have found out I turned my ankle doing this, he's gonna kick my ass. So no, I'm not gonna do it right now.
That's an excuse because you're like on scholarship or you're competing. Like this is something in an NBA game where guys are 7'4" and they're blowing layups because they're hitting the back of the rim instead of flushing it.
Yeah.
Let me
Like
tell you
that
something.
really
With
pisses
dunk
me off.
experience, what's more painful, the landing or I guess when you...
Well, if you do it wrong, either one, but it's not painful if you do it right. So
What's more likely
landing.
to hurt? I would think it's the wrist.
I would think it's the
Well,
risk.
if you
too.
go too high, but that's the thing. I'm, again, 6 feet tall. So the dunking I did, the rim hit just at the bottom of your hand. Didn't hit
Right.
this far because I wasn't that high over the rim.
Right.
It was
Right.
like, there. And you kind of throw it anyway. You're not supposed to do all that madness.
So the landing hurt.
No, nothing if you do it right.
But if you had to pick what
Because
where were
landing
you
didn't
hurt
hurt
the
either. The
most?
only reson landing hurts now is because I have old knees. That's the only reason why
Right.
landing hurts.
Watching
giving me
people
the
land
best
now.
dunk
But I'm not sure what.
experience.
Nothing hurts with landing.
Nothing
That's
hurts.
so
You're just
true.
landing. Actually, landing
so
after
true.
a dunk feels
I
excellent.
feel the same way that
I
Brett
can see that.
feels.
Watching Kevin Durant in the first quarter of the last game do a layup and fall.
Excuse me.
Watching him like a controlled fall where it lands on his butt and slides and then gets back up and go. Watching him do that.
Yeah, that's how you know you're getting old.
My knees hurt.
Yeah.
Watching just like, no, sir. Someone catch him. Someone catch Kevin. Someone wrap his knees up. Get him some ice.
One more pet peeve that I just thought of is Jordan Clarkson's shot selection.
Just specifically Jordan Clarkson.
It just drives me crazy. It's like Gennaro Pargo. Like when he was in the league, he thought that every shot he took was going to go in. And but spoiler, it didn't. He was terrible.
My last, of course, because I'm obsessed with defense. When someone's playing excellent defense, I mean, they're locking down. There's a guard, you get him from the top of the key, and he's barreling his way down, but you stop him at every turn. You've turned him 4 times. And then finally, you decide to take in one elbow to the chest and you jump to the ground. And then you either get no call and then they have an easy layup, and you just play good defense, like you screwed it up, or you get a blocking foul. How about you keep playing defense? You're there already. Stop jumping on the ground because someone gave you a little elbow
I appreciate the no call.
I do too.
Yeah,
always.
No, exactly. So don't jump on the ground. You're already playing good defense. Guys who jump on the ground can't play defense, and that's their bailout. You're playing good defense. Keep playing it.
Can I tell you what I would have said was the most annoying thing maybe like 1 or 2 years ago was the lack of respect that the WNBA gets. But now with these like amazing commercials, you have like players shouting out Candace Parker and things like that. But for a long time, it's like, oh man, I can't watch the WNBA. Like sometimes those games are way better than these smaller markets.
What I like is that Kevin Garnett is having a lot of the WNBA players on Area 21. The insight that they provide is a lot better than any of the NBA players that they bring in. Now, whether this is an NBA player who just doesn't care to watch basketball anymore, which sometimes happens, or they have like relationships to protect and they don't want to go in on somebody in this situation, blah, blah, blah. The WNBA players
Unfiltered.
are great analysts on Area 21.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody tunes in. Okay, let us know your thoughts, comment section below, blah, blah, blah.